Okay, here we are back in Deathmark 2. So I went ahead and tweaked some settings because I got the report about a clicking sound, and I can't quite identify what the source is because it's not in anything I've recorded previously, and this is the first time I've encountered it, so I don't know. Hopefully we can just narrow it down kind of scattershot. But anyway, in the previous part, we met Hanako, we appeased her, we did not exorcise her, so she still has the capacity to appear again in a different case in some form. But without further ado, we'll start moving forward in this case, and hopefully you guys can hear me and everything okay. The next day at Kujo Mansion. The phone's ringing. Gotta answer it. Hello. It's me, Konoe. Thanks for last night. Did you sleep well? Phrasing. Well, I doubt you slept peacefully given things we experienced last night. That can also be taken out of context. I still find it hard to believe, and he goes for the hat trick. So, why did you call me? Right, let's get to the chase. I need your help. A new notice from the departed has arrived. That was quick. I'll tell you the details in person. Not now, though. I've got an errand I must attend to. I'll be back on the school grounds at 5 p.m. Can you return around that time? Sure. He then hangs up the phone. There's still some time left before I'm supposed to meet the headmaster. I retrace what happened last night while drinking some coffee to wake me up. Honestly, a part of me still can't believe it. I need to organize my thoughts. What should I think about first? Last night I was attacked by the departed. Their eerie whispers felt like a bug was burrowing straight into my brain, and their words are still ringing in my ears now. This is what they said. On this wonderful day, let us exchange vows with one another. I swear to always stay by your side, forever and ever. That sounds like a wedding vow, so that makes 2 red flags then. And given their letter to me, I have a feeling the departed may be obsessed with me, to make things worse. Say, my dear. Can I bite you? I lost consciousness after that. When I came to, I was lying face down in the corridor. I looked around, the departed was nowhere to be found. I don't understand what they're thinking, but one thing's for sure. They're using spirits to harm the students. What should I think about next? Hanako of the toilet, who I met last night, must be one such spirit. The grudge of someone who died a violent death will not be calmed even after their death. That powerful grudge will turn them into an inhuman, supernatural being, a spirit. Spirits resent and kill living beings. I saw with my own eyes last night. The only way to eradicate them is by erasing their grudges. To do that, we must first investigate the spirit and discover their grudge. What I have to do now is investigate the spirits and terminate them. 4 months ago, I was confronted by spirits in a strange incident. I barely managed to survive. It was all thanks to the mark bearers who helped me with the investigation. The mark bearers are people I can trust. 4 months ago, several people had death marks carved onto their bodies, something that was the work of a spirit in each city, and I was among those 13 people. We mark bearers worked together to survive and brought an end to the case. We still keep in touch with each other. We even team up to solve mystery cases from time to time. So, do they use a van and a talking dog, or how's that work? The person who introduced me to Mr. Konoe was a mark bearer who works as a doctor at the school. It makes me wonder if we weren't really meant to escape our strange fates. The pendulum clock in the entrance hall rings. It's almost time for my appointment with the headmaster. Better get ready to go out. I put all the essential items into my favorite bag. My old notebook and flashlight, along with all the things I found at the school yesterday. The key item needed to erase a spirit's grudge usually lies in a haunted place. Attempting to prepare for every possibility is a fool's errand. This should be good enough. Hey, there's the van. We're halfway there, folks. I finish getting ready and head to the garage. Then I get into my favorite minivan. Konoehara Academy. The school is built in a place called Konoehara, an area situated on top of a hill on the outskirts of H City. Built in the early Showa period, this school is considered a tangible cultural property of H City. Although it's been renovated several times, it still looks pretty much the same inside and out. Konoehara Academy is about 20 minutes from Kujo Mansion. Mr. Konoe told me there were no vacant spots in the school's parking lot, so my only option is to park my car in a parking area near the school and walk. School's already lighting up by the time I arrive. Students are heading for the exits. They're all looking pretty gloomy, though. Is it because of the Departed case? I walk down the same route as yesterday and once again arrive at the special building. I check the clock hanging in the entrance. There's still some time left before the appointment. I head to the infirmary. Daimon, the guy who introduced me to Mr. Konoe, might be in there. Once I arrive, though, Daimon's not there. Not just that, I can't even find the school nurse. If memory serves, Daimon once told me that it wasn't mandatory for a school to have appointed a nurse. I realize that this isn't really my domain, but in light of recent events, I'm starting to think that policy may be a huge mistake. It's almost time. Let's go to the faculty room. There's no one in the infirmary. We can talk to the dummy in the corner. I have a feeling he'll hold up a better conversation than a lot of people I know. Mr. Konoe immediately spots me when I enter the faculty room. He claps his hands together and approaches me. You've come, Light. Does that mean you're continuing with the investigation? Yeah. You're such a lifesaver, thank you. Shall we talk about the case now? Where should we start? We'll start with the deceased. I haven't heard anyone making any rumblings about Izumi yet. The missing persons report will probably be issued shortly, though I doubt they'll treat it as a criminal case, especially given that his corpse disappeared after he died. Aside from us, the only one else who knows is Doryu from the student council. Kinukawa as well. Apparently Doryu told her. Cat's in the microphone's just a heads up. If I remember correctly, Kinukawa is the white-haired girl. She said she's a good friend of Doryu's. Please be discreet about this. Consider that an order from your client. The new notice was found on top of the piano in the music room this morning. Take a look. It matches the notice I saw last night. It must truly be the Departed's notice. Dear Model, Hanako will kill you tonight. I'm watching, hiding in the school. Your beloved, the Departed. Obtain notice. The previous victim was the pianist, in other words, Izumi, the piano player. This time the target's been dubbed Model. Who could it be? Do you have an idea who this Model is? I'm afraid not. Apologies, I'm still new here. I tried asking the teachers as well, but to no avail. So I'll leave the investigation to you. From today onward, I'd like you to start a full-fledged investigation at our school. I want to put an end to this case. Try speaking to the teachers and students. I'm an outsider, though. Is that really okay? I know that. That's why I asked my friend at the Board of Education to issue this for me. He then holds out a piece of paper. Certificate of Employment, Special Contract Teacher. What? My name is written on the bottom part of the paper. Is this some kind of joke? I've taken the liberty of making you a teacher at our school. You'll be able to freely roam the campus this way. In my opinion, this is the most expeditious way to end this case. Is that agreeable to you, Mr. Light? I don't have a teaching license. Not a problem. Contract teachers don't need a license. Sadly, it was that way when I taught back then, too. And you wonder why kids are considered illiterate these days. This sudden development has put me at a loss for words. I'd expected that things would get bizarre, but to become a teacher... I guess that's all I can say about the case. I tried telling my friend on the police force about it, but they didn't believe me. In fact, he just became worried that I hit my head somewhere. You're the only one I can rely on to put an end to this. Anyway, why don't you get started now? Feel free to explore other places besides the old building. I don't think there are many students remaining, though. It's almost time for the last call to leave the school grounds, and we've advised them not to stay behind. In light of recent incidents... He must be referring to the first notice. A mysterious notice appeared, a student missing, even the cops got involved. The school needs to look like it's doing something in response to the situation. Alright, almost forgot. Please feel free to make use of the infirmary as much as you need. The school nurse has been out with the cold. Daimon's been managing in her absence. You two are good friends, so I imagine there shouldn't be any problems. Before starting my investigation, I should return to the infirmary to see if Daimon's returned. So in case you're wondering, if you don't go, it just says the room's empty. And then they direct you back to where you're supposed to go. You're back! A cheerful voice greets me when I come in. Hello, Mr. Light. Mr. Daimon was running an errand, but he'll be here later. Wait a second. Why are you here, Ai? To help you out, of course. I heard about the departed from Mr. Daimon. Can you tell me more about the case? Sure. This is Ai Kashiwagi, one of the mark bearers who hunted down spirits with me in the past. She's a member of the idol group Love and Hero, who are mainly active in H City. What happened to your idol duties? Just so you know, I'm not slacking off, okay? Today's my day off. Last week was rough, though. We were busy recording our new song. And if you're curious about it, I'd say it's sultry, maybe. I guess it's kind of cheerful and passionate. One thing for sure, it's a banger. In all of Love and Hero's songs, they passionately sing about love and justice. Their songs are simple, but they have powerful messages. They seem to be well liked by some youngsters. Ai is a passionate young girl who unreservedly lives the lyrics of her songs. Love Hey is a local idol group in H City. That's why some of our fans go to the school. Not a lot, though. Not a lot. I guess you're not that famous, then. We're still pretty much an up-and-coming act, but someday we'll be touring the nation. You just wait. Anyway, one of our fans told me about the departed rumors. Got me kind of worried since they seem to be genuinely scared about it. After that, Mr. Daimon told me about your investigation. So that's why she decided to come here like my personal guardian angel. That's how Ai's always been. Act first, deal with the consequences later. It's dangerous, though. There are victims in this case already. I know that. Besides, you know all the risks, and you're still investigating, aren't you? Can't just let my friend do it alone. Friend, huh? A genuine compliment for me from an active idol. What an endearing moment. A little bit too dazzling for me, though. I'm not taking one step out of here, no matter what you say to me. You're not a student here, right? Where did you get that uniform? I borrowed it from a friend. She graduated from Konohara Academy. While investigating the case, no one would get suspicious if I'm wearing a uniform. Besides, isn't this uniform adorable? I wanted to wear it. Look, doesn't it suit me? I guess so. You look exactly like a student. You don't stand out at all. That wasn't what I wanted to hear. After listening to her story, I give her a detailed recap of the situation. She's experienced the terror of facing spirits. She knows the risks. And yet she still wants to go after them. There's no stopping her. I understand the situation. So what's up next for your investigation? Let's see. Our subjects are the departed and Hanako of the toilet. For now, let's focus on Hanako. Now that a new notice has appeared, our main priority is to prevent any more casualties. Yep, let's protect the living. First things first, we need to investigate rumors regarding Hanako. If we get a lot of information, we may find a way to placate Hanako's grudge. Spirits disappear once their grudge is resolved. I'm really curious about this model Hanako is targeting. Wonder who it is. We need to find that out. Looks like the spirits in the school don't attack indiscriminately. There must be some reason for that. True, we may be able to uncover the spirit's motive if we discover what the reason is. Let's ask around and see what information we can gather about Hanako and the model. I has been added to the file. There are still a few students left in the new and special buildings. Let's try asking them about the case. A familiar-looking girl's in the student council room. Oh, you're Mr. Light, right? You're not from the school. What are you still doing here? I'm continuing the investigation of Hanako of the toilet, and it's even more important now concerning the events of last night. I want to ask you some questions. My apologies. I don't want to remember what happened last night. Yeah, I'm trying to forget it too. A ghost with rubber hoses. I tell you, society's really gone downhill. That's not surprising. She went through such a horrific experience and lost one of her friends. Still, there's too much at stake to just drop the subject like that. She looks tense. She seems to be wary of me. What should I do? Maybe she'll relax if I get I to do the talking. I's around her age, after all. Doryu, I'm begging you, please help Mr. Light with his investigation. I should refuse, but... By the way, why are you with him? Do you have permission from your teacher? Doryu stares suspiciously at I. Looks like I made a mistake. I tell her I've become a teacher in order to continue the investigation. So you're not an outsider anymore. Sorry, Mr. Light. I'll help you out however I can. Looks like Doryu is finally willing to talk. So what do you want to ask me? There's something I want to confirm. Why were you in the old building last night? I know the headmaster told me to go home, but I was so worried about Izumi I couldn't help it. I tried looking around the new building's second floor, but then I heard a boy scream from the old building. That must have been Izumi yelping when Hanako cut off his hand. So I went to the old building. Once I got there, the hallway was covered with blood. And then the hoses. I screamed and then I passed out. I guess that explains how she wound up suspended in the air when the headmaster and I found her. Sorry for making you relive that memory. It's alright. Looks like I gave you bad information about Hanako the toilet. I'm really sorry about that. Last night, Doryu informed me that Hanako was the spirit of a little girl in a red skirt, but it seems that spirit we're dealing with is a different Hanako. So about this Hanako girl, there used to be a student named Hanako Akai in the brass band club. Yes, I actually looked into it a bit on my own because I was curious. People have been saying Hanako the toilet is that Hanako from second year, because, she committed suicide. Do you have any other information about Hanako the toilet? No, sorry. Horror stories are really scary to me, so this is all I know. Try asking Michio, she's into this stuff. You mean the girl who came to the infirmary last night? Yes, Michio Kinukawa, the student council vice president. I think she's in the music room now. She went there earlier. You should ask her about Akai, too. Okay, thanks. Akai was a quiet girl. She might have been depressed over something. It's meaningless now, but if only I noticed earlier, I might have done something to help her out. I leave the student council room after hearing what Doryu had to say. There's no one here. No one here. Nothing to interact with there. We're gonna pop into each of the rooms. Who the heck are you? You a teacher or something? Don't talk to me. Should backhand that chick. Show her who the real boss around here is. See, I'm not seeing anything I can interact with. There's a large bulletin board here. This is where the first notice is posted. When I move the papers around, there's knife damage and some red marks. The first missing person was Ribbon, wasn't it? She was probably killed by Hanako at the toilet. If I remember correctly, the first notice was posted on this bulletin board, but disappeared by the time the police started investigating. Someone must have taken the notice. The male student is mumbling. This is the main entrance of the new building. The school gate is right ahead. Shoe lockers for the students are placed near the entrance.
Yoshi.
Notices for students are posted on the bulletin board. Students, please avoid loitering at the school. Head home as soon as classes are over. This is all because of these incidents. I'd like to resolve this problem and bring peace back to the school. It's a school, there'll never be peace. The door leads to the female restroom. Can you inspect this area? Sure, why not? I checked the place, there doesn't seem to be anything unusual. This door leads to the male restroom. I'll go inspect the place. Wait here. Okay. I didn't find anything in particular. Oh, we actually can go upstairs. It's locked, the door won't open. They don't even tell us what the building is. So that's the connecting corridor. It's the third floor. Nothing concerning. Nothing concerning. The windows are covered by curtains. Is that to block out the sun? Seems a bit weird, though. That said, the curtains are giving off eerie vibes or anything. It's not something to be concerned about. Their class should be here. I literally rushed over here. Where are they going? Are they in the restroom? I don't think they're in the restroom, not with all the Hanako rumors. Whenever I think about Hanako, I get goosebumps all over. I really hate spirits. I want to go home now. We tried to call her only to get ignored. Send her a text, that'll get her attention. For a second I thought there was something I could interact with, but there was nothing. Chairs at a time, nicely lined up desks. Is this classroom not used? I don't see anything here. Door leading to the emergency exit. Shouldn't use that unless there is an emergency. Just know she has more health than us. It's locked, they don't tell us what the room is. We have to finish patrolling the vicinity before school is over. Ever since all the commotion about the departed started, I feel a chill after school. Just feel like someone's watching me. Well, being on the disciplinary committee isn't easy. Like, moments like this, I kind of wish there was a fast forward button, but I guess it kind of would wreck the atmosphere. Everyone in the school is mentally unstable. They're all terrified of the departed. Still, the sunny spot in this classroom, the one near the window, is special, because you can indulge yourself and lounge around reading until school is over. You don't need to worry about me anymore. He sounds like he can handle himself. The windows are covered by curtains. Like, my first impression was maybe the window was busted and that's why there was a curtain over it. Like, cover up the plastic or plywood or whatever they used to board it over. Another empty classroom.
Yoshi.
Same thing as the previous one. This is another emergency exit. You can tell by the sign and that green sign over it if you didn't notice. So what's interesting is you can't go to the roof. So sadly, if one of these punks steps out of line, you can't just chuck them. That includes the portrait that fell last night. Someone must have put it back up. They're all foreigners, huh? Japan has some wonderful musicians, though.
Yoshi.
There's a black grand piano. I'm good at piano. I played it during one of my shows before. Everyone was thrilled. There are various large percussion instruments here, such as the timpani, xylophone, and bass drum. When you see these instruments, don't you just want to hit them with all your might? On the shelf are music textbooks and sheet music. Are these specialized books? I can't tell what they are just by looking at the titles. Some instrument cases are placed on the shelf. When I take a few steps closer, I smell something moldy.
Yoshi.
A glass door cabinet. Inside are a bunch of music books. Next to the books is a key box. Must be used to hold keys for instrument cases. A white-haired student is standing there. She's the girl I saw at the infirmary yesterday. If I remember correctly, she's Michio Kinukawa. Oh, you're the old man from yesterday. Are you here to investigate the departed, or Hanako of the toilet? Doryu told me you're pretty into these sort of things. I am, yeah. The headmaster asked you to pursue the departed's case, didn't he? That makes you my rival. Rival? You see, I follow all the rumors spreading around the school. I did some investigating on my own about the departed and Hanako. You can say I'm a walking encyclopedia on these topics now. Like scary rumors or the suicide 3 months ago. I want to hear more about that. Mind helping me out with my investigation? Didn't I just tell you that you're my rival? Please, I don't want anyone else to get hurt. Oh well, whatever. Because you saved Hime's life last night, I'll make an exception this time, alright? But I won't give you anything next time. Gathering info is no easy task, you know? So what do you want to ask? I assume Doryu's already told you how terrifying Hanako at the toilet is. So why are you still investigating this case? You want to avenge Izumi or something? Not at all. I hated that guy, you know? I feel bad that he's dead, though. But I only looked for him because Hime asked me to. Makes me wonder why you take such a risk, then. It's none of your business. Leave me alone. Brat. Hanako of the toilet is a spirit that appears in the girls' restrooms in the old building. Except for Hime, everyone basically knows the rumors surrounding Hanako. There's a rumor going around Konohara Academy. Chapter 2. Hanako of the Toilet.
2章トイレの花子
There's been a lot of stuff scribbled on the wall in the restroom lately. You don't know? It's a ritual to summon spirits. People have been saying a spirit will appear if you write on the wall in the restroom. Some students then tried that for fun. They don't believe in spirits or anything, they just did it for the thrills. That includes her, too. She wanted to scribble some stuff on the empty restroom in the old building. She wrote some things on the wall using a marker, except she didn't believe in ghosts. She did all that while thinking there's no way a spirit exists. But then she heard the sound of the toilet being flushed in the empty stall next to her. There shouldn't be anyone else here. How could that be? She had a bad feeling and she decided to run. But she was more curious about that stall. So she opened the door and looked inside. There she found a girl in a red skirt, hanging from the ceiling with a hose around her neck. Give it back. She screamed and ran away. But you know what happened after that? Even after she left school and got home, that voice was still ringing in her ears. Give it back. And in the end, the next day the departed's notice arrived and she disappeared. Everyone saying she died and her corpse was never found, and that she was killed by Hanako. That's the rumor about Hanako in the toilet. Pretty scary, isn't it? I see. I repeat the rumor in my head. Give it back, huh? What in the world is Hanako searching for? Maybe tied to her grudge. 3 months ago, Akai committed suicide in the girls' restroom in the old building. She hanged herself with a rubber hose. The female restroom in the old building, suicide with a rubber hose. That lines up with Hanako at the toilet. I guess Hanako Akai really is that spirit. Akai used to be a member of the brass band club. Maybe the club's members know something. Where are they? I don't see them here. I heard they've been rehearsing late into the night since they've got a concert coming up soon. I think club activities are done for the day, but some of them might still be hanging around. Why don't you try looking for them? I don't know if we can go to... Nope. Don't sense anyone's presence. I have no business in the corridor. That rectangle back there is kind of drawing my attention, but I don't think that's actually like anything to worry about. So it would kind of suck if a new NPC appeared while we were out here. I think that kid's class is here. So I'm just popping in the room to see if anything's here. So we're jumping over to 3C. I'm going to edit out a lot of the walking because I don't believe both of these guys were here before. I'm not showing for club activity after so long, but the vibes have been so bad lately. I know, right? I doubt we got any chance of winning this year's competition. Well, because of that incident. You mean the thing with Akai? Are you brass band club members? Oh yeah, I was only there until this summer though. I already quit. I'm a new teacher. The headmaster asked me to look into Hanako Akai. Can you tell me more about her? Are they still investigating that case? Man, enough already. Have you already been questioned? Well, yeah, last summer. She killed herself because of the bullying, didn't she? Is that so? There's no reason to deny it. I heard rumors of her getting bullied all the time. The various bits of graffiti I saw in the restroom last night were all insults aimed at her. My guess was right. She was being bullied. So do we... So I hopped over here. Let's ask about the bullying. Seemed like Akai was bullied pretty badly. You remember those scribbles you saw in the restroom? They're based on her actual bullying. Her bullies wrote insulting things about her on the wall of the old building's restroom. We're gonna run to the student council room to talk to Dorio. Because I didn't see anyone else here, but I didn't check all these rooms either. Man, I'm freaking exhausted. Is it just me, or was Brass Band Club the last one to finish practice today? Well, we got no choice, the concert's almost here. Are you from the Brass Band Club? I'm a new teacher. The headmaster asked me to look into Hanako Akai. Can you tell me more about her? Why are you asking us about Akai now? Did they relaunch an investigation into her suicide? No harm in letting them fill in the blanks incorrectly. It's not like telling them the truth would help them anyway. Akai was quiet, but she was gentle and kind, and she loved playing piano. Whenever we sing the school song, we always have a student representative play the piano. That used to be her job. She was overjoyed when she got the news. Until Toshihiko Izumi replaced her, right? It was written on the poster I found last night. Right, I think it happened just before she died. What, does that mean she killed herself over that? No way. That's a pretty solid job to gather information so far. We managed to get some very useful info from Doryu, Kinukawa, and the Brass Band Club members. Where should we go next? Say, Mr. Light, this may sound random, but how about we check out the shoe lockers on the first floor? Why? Because school's over. Bet there's quite a few students who are about to head home now, so there should be some people there. Makes sense. Let's go to the shoe lockers. Sure. This is the main entrance of the new building. Shoe lockers for the students are placed near the entrance. Over there. Two students are chatting quietly. That Hanako. Mr. Light? Did you hear? They said Hanako. They may be talking about Akai. Shall we go ask them? Hold on a sec, Let's lay low for a bit. They may stop talking if they notice us. You make a good point. Should we eavesdrop then? They're too occupied by their conversation to notice us. We may be able to eavesdrop on their chat if we do this right. I need to get closer to the students who want to listen to their conversation. You can't succeed if you choose the wrong character, even if they do perform the action. So... I'd rather do the team-up, I think. Actually, for those options, it might just be better off sending I. God, I'll try casually approaching those girls. I tripped. So, if I send her again... This is so stupid. Yeah, that is a really, really bad change. Great. I managed to casually approach them. It's time for the students to leave school. Maybe they'll be more amicable. Looks like this is the right choice. Eyes keeping an ear open to overhear the girls' conversation. I nods after seeing my sign. I approaches a random shoe locker and examines it. Is it locked? The voice of the student stops suddenly. Looks like they're onto us. I need to come up with a different plan. This is not the right choice. I nods after seeing the sign. Moe is late again, huh? Guess I have to wait here for a while. The girls don't seem to be wary of Ai's act. Maybe now we can listen to their conversation without worrying. Looks like this is the right choice. No, we did not survive that. We endured that. There's a difference. The students finish chatting and leave the area. Mission success. I totally eavesdropped on them. Ai immediately reports what she heard. The students were talking about Hanako Akai's best friend. That friend being Naomi Horikoshi. It's gonna take me a little while to get used to saying Horikoshi. Horikoshi seems to be crazy popular. Both her grades and athleticism are top-notch. She used to be bright and cheerful. So she isn't bright and cheerful now. She's not doing so well after Akai's suicide. The two students talking now were worried about her. They tried to talk to her, but she got mad. I think they were talking about that. Can't blame her, her best friend died. Did you get anything else? Let's see. Horikoshi is working as a magazine model. She's hiding from the school. Model? Could be? Mr. Light? Ai looks confused. I guess she'd completely forgotten. I was referring to this. I take out the departed's notice from my bag. Oh my god, you're right! That means Hanako's target is... The possibility is high. We have to find Naomi Horikoshi. Agreed? Her class is 2B. Let's go there right away. Is it really 2B, or is it not 2B? That is the question, folks. Ah, it was. Do you know Naomi Horikoshi?
Nani yo?
The hell? I'm Horikoshi. Who are you, old man? I quickly introduced myself to Horikoshi. Oh really? You're a teacher? What do you want with me? Make it quick. Her voice is just radiating with annoyance. Maybe she hates talking to people. Just skip the small talk and get to the point already. Hurry up. Quite a bit to talk about. Come on, not this stupid rumor. So you know about the departed's notice. We received a new notice today. Hanako's next target is a model. What? And I've heard you're doing modeling work. So what? Are you warning me to be careful so I don't get killed by the ghost of Hanako? To think a grown-ass adult believes in ghosts, what a fool. You really ask me about Hanako? You're the worst, so insensitive. I know it's insensitive, but I need your cooperation for this investigation, please. I don't know a thing. Remembering Hanako only hurts me. Why don't you try being more considerate of your students' feelings? Sorry. I don't know anything. Just leave me alone. We need to backhand this chick. Can we be done with this already? I've got an errand to run, excuse me. Horikoshi leaves the classroom. Mr. Light, Mr. Light. Mr. Daimon is waiting for you in the infirmary. Mr. Daimon's here now. I really want to get information from Horikoshi, but maybe we should return to the infirmary for now. actually, wait, there's a fast travel button, I just remembered. When we arrive at the infirmary, a skinny man in white coat is waiting inside. Welcome back, Light. Mr. Konoe told me to become a temporary teacher here. You're finally here, Daimon. Just got back now. Hello, Kashiwagi. That uniform suits you. Thank you. Alright, let's get down to work. How about we exchange information first? His name is Shuji Daimon, one of the mark bearers. He's a doctor who runs a clinic in H City, and he's the school doctor at Konohara Academy. How have you been, Daimon? I was feeling better for a while, but it's getting worse again lately. Some nights I'm coughing so badly I can't even get to sleep. You should get a checkup. I'm considering it, actually. My clinic is understaffed, you see. I can't afford to take a day off. I can't even practice what I've told my patients. How ironic. Sorry for asking you to investigate this case so suddenly. When I told Mr. Konoe about the spirit doctor, he insisted I introduce him to you. Don't call me that. That magazine just gave me that nickname without consulting me. Spirit Doctor. The editor-in-chief of a certain occult magazine labeled me that nickname without permission. According to that Woo Parts article, Spirit Doctor Hero Light is an expert in spirit investigation. I'm not that great at this. If I were, then nobody would have died yesterday. I get why you're frustrated, but don't get down on yourself. You truly do have the skills. If you didn't, I wouldn't have introduced you to Mr. Konoe. Why did you tell I about this investigation? That's my fault. Apologies for that. I just blurted it out when Kashiwagi mentioned the departed. I'm not the only one who knows about it, though. Sho and Moe know about it, too. They told me they're going to help you out. Both Sho and Moe are also mark bearers I'm acquainted with. Looks like the group's been keeping in touch without me knowing. Goodness. I share all the information I've gathered so far with Daimon. Naomi Horukishi may be our key to discovering Hanako's grudge. I think so too. They used to be good friends. And Horikoshi may be the model mentioned in the notice. I want to protect her. Also regarding Akai's suicide, maybe you should try asking Miss Sakamoto. Does she have anything to do with the case? Actually, the teachers here were running an investigation after that incident. Miss Sakamoto was the person in charge. I see, then she should have some relevant information about the bullying, too. Let me join the investigation. We're going to stand out pretty badly if the three of us walk around the school together. Mr. Konoe won't like that. Then either me or Mr. Daimon should stay behind. Please decide which one of us you're going to bring with you. So, you can change people out at the infirmary. You may be able to inspect something that you normally couldn't. Chronically ill doctor. When I enter the faculty room, I ask if the teacher nearby can call Sakamoto. Hello, are you Mr. Light? Mr. Konoe told me about you. The name's Ritsu Sakamoto. I'm the curriculum coordinator at the school. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. I'd like to cut to the chase. Before that, I have something important to tell you. Konohara Academy is a prestigious high school with 70 years of history. I'm sure you already know that, don't you? Yeah. Our teachers are responsible for guiding the next generation while preserving that history. And thus, as a teacher here, you will have to understand our regulations. Sakamoto begins to scold me. If I listen to her entire spiel, the sun will set. What should I do? Daimon nods when I give him the signal. Miss Sakamoto, you're one excellent teacher. I have even heard Mr. Konoe praise you highly. Why are you suddenly bringing that up? I feel bad that someone as skilled as you would have to use your valuable time training a new teacher. Allow me to train him. However, providing a summary of the case is something that only you can do. Would you mind sharing what you learned? You're not wrong. My hands are already full with all the tasks I have. I'll leave his training to you, then. Sakamoto is finally willing to listen. Mr. Konoe said you're looking into the departed's notices. That is correct, but I'm focusing on Hanako at the toilet at the moment. What's the difference? They're both ridiculous rumors. I don't think I even have any information I can share with you on that matter, anyway. With the commotion surrounding the notices and the missing kids, many students have been feeling anxious. If we don't show them we're doing something about it, these rumors may reach outsiders' ears, which would sully the school's reputation. So you want me to solve this discreetly? Precisely. Well, then I expect that you'll retain your priority on discretion while you're performing your investigation. Every school has its own 7 mysteries and ghost stories. While that in and of itself is not something to be upset about, I find it incredibly rude that a student who has recently passed is now a subject of such stories. Akai was a rather quiet, inconspicuous student. But when she played the piano, she was dazzling. She even wanted to pursue a career in the music industry one day. What a pity. I heard you looked into Hanako Akai's suicide. I'd like to know more about that. What made her kill herself? Relationship troubles, that's what it said in the reports. That's rather vague. Please tell me the truth. Was it because of bullying? Don't make me repeat myself. It was because of relationship troubles. Miss Sakamoto. However, if I were to personally speculate what her real problem was, it would be bullying. As a proud member of the school staff, Sakamoto doesn't want the bullying angle to go public. Phrasing it as she did could be seen as a concession. Maybe now she'll start to open up a bit. Akai hanged herself in the female restroom on the old building's 3rd floor. 3rd floor, not the 1st? Yes, the 3rd floor. Last night I encountered Hanako in the 1st floor's restroom. I'd assumed that was where she committed suicide. When we found her body, she was wearing a red skirt with suspenders like the ones grade schoolers wear. Like the original Hanako at the toilet. How could that be? I doubt she chose to wear that outfit herself. That's all I can say. In other words, someone forced her to put on Hanako the toilet's outfit. Sakamoto gently nudged me towards what she considered to be proof of the bullying. I learned some strange things related to her after Akai's suicide. So you see, I reached out to some students about the case. Horikoshi was basically Akai's best friend. She knew Akai was getting bullied, but she turned a blind eye to it. She didn't stop the bullies. Or so I heard. No idea if it's true or not. I leave the faculty room after talking with Sakamoto. We managed to get important information from Miss Sakamoto, even if it was all distressing. Indeed. However, all the information must be related to the spirit's grudge. No matter how much we hate hearing those stories, we have no choice but to keep digging. I understand that much. Now that I think about it, we have collected a lot of information since we talked to Doryu and Kinukawa. Maybe I should try speaking to them again. I bet they're still here at school. Let's look around for them. Kinukawa's hanging out in the student council room. It seems like she's not busy. Hello, four-eyed geezer. I mean Mr. Light. I heard from Hime you're a teacher here now. There's something I'd like to ask you, Kinukawa. Nope, my lips are zipped. I'm not going to give any more information to my rival. But maybe I'll reconsider if you show me your sincerity. Kinukawa looks at me, eyes full of expectation. I can't ask Daimon for help when she's specifically pointing at me. What should I do? I utter a series of flattering words to compliment her earrings and pins. Are you even trying, old man? Kinukawa's rolling her eyes. Looks like this was a waste of time. As the old saying goes, a woman's hair color is her soul. Or a woman's hair is her soul. I'll try complimenting her distinctive hair color. You've got a beautiful hair color. It suits you perfectly. What? For realsies? Kinukawa runs her fingers through her hair, looking really surprised. I see, so that's how my hair looks to you. She has a satisfied smile on her face. She must be really proud of her hair color to feel that pleased by my compliment. A little too pleased, if I'm being honest. Thank you, I can see your sincerity. Whatever the case, it works. She's willing to listen. So what do you want to ask? Kinukawa stares intently at me. You're making me nervous. Tall and slender figure with an intellectual and calm face. You look like an annex Parthenope somehow. That's a dragonfly, right? Is that supposed to be a compliment? Oh, it's the highest form of compliment. Because I like bugs. Now that she mentions it, all of her accessories resemble bugs. That girl's got some interesting hobbies. It seemed like Akai was bullied pretty badly. You remember the scribbles? They're based on her actual bullying. So that's something we heard before. Horikoshi is popular. It only caused Akai to be judged even more harshly. What do you mean? I feel bad for saying this, but Akai was plain. Now imagine how Horikoshi's fans might react to that. Guess some of them thought she wasn't good enough to be hanging out with her, even though they got along. Well, that's true. Horikoshi had always protected Akai. She's not the type to give in to pressure. But things changed between them at some point. You mean before she committed suicide? Rumors said they had a falling out. Horikoshi seemed to be avoiding Akai. Then these are probably the same. 3 months ago, committed suicide in the girl's old building. Rubber hose. So yeah, I guess we're just supposed to learn about the falling out there. By the way, Mr. Light, there's something I've been curious about. The girl who was with you earlier looked like Ai Kashiwagi from Love Hay. She doesn't just look like her, she's the real deal. You're kidding. It's my first time seeing a celebrity. What's your relationship with Ai, Mr. Light? What do you think? Guess you kind of look like a parent and child, like a cranky dad with his energetic daughter. Well, if that wasn't the case, my mind would immediately go in a different direction. Enough, she's my assistant. That's what I thought. But to think you'd ask an actual idol to help out with your investigation. How fearless, her fans will hate you. Kashiwagi was the one who offered her help. He didn't do anything wrong. Wow, you're so popular. Bet I was also moved by your sincerity. Kinukao looks at me and smirks. The conversation started to go in a strange direction. Time to put an end to this. I'll leave the student council room after talking with Kinukao. No one here. Crap. I'm just planning to look on the first floor rooms. If we don't find her, then I'll just turn the camera off and jump over to where she is. Like, one of the things I'm hoping for is something to interact with Daimon. People who believe the notices are pranks think we're overreacting, but in the end, Mr. Konoe has the last word. Daimon, go check out the girls' bathroom. Hello, Mr. Light. How's the investigation going? I saw Horikoshi entering the music room just now. I wonder what business she has there. She's not in the brass band club. If she killed herself because of bullying, I basically murdered her too, indirectly. What I did was unforgivable. I used to be in the same class with her and Horikoshi during her first year. They got along well back then. During lunch break, Horikoshi would always go to the music room to hear Akai play piano. So, all her value is telling us about the music room. There's no one in the music room. Strange. Didn't Doryu say Horikoshi entered this room? That's odd. Why don't we investigate this place for a sec? This is the musical equipment storage room. Horikoshi's desperately rummaging through the cabinet. She seems to be frantically searching for something. Whoa! Aren't you... Did you follow me here? So you're basically creepy stalkers. Aren't you depraved? Horikoshi, there's something... Shut up, I got nothing to tell you. Horikoshi's hostility towards us is obvious. We need to do something to clear the misunderstanding. I'm telling you, just backhand. Times where the protagonist is the one who can execute an action. Through the character selection area. So, are we actually able to do that, or...?
これでどうだ
I take the handkerchief from my bag and show it to Horikoshi. Have you seen this handkerchief before, Horikoshi? What handkerchief? Isn't that a girl's handkerchief? Did you steal it? That's not... I can't believe you're stealing the female students' handkerchiefs. I'm calling the cops. That just ended up provoking Horikoshi. I'll need to approach her in a different way. Looks like this isn't the right choice.
Yoshi, やるか
Can you handle this, Daimon? I'll give it a try. Daimon drops the handkerchief.
Yoshi, やるか 承知した
Have you seen this before?
Yoshi, Yoshi, やるか
So it costs them both if we do this. This is getting very tedious.
やってみるか
We're only in the first
承知
case.
した
Horikoshi, did you lose something? Yeah, you must have lost something, right? Lost what? I'm not sure if it's yours, but someone handed me a handkerchief they said was lost. Yes, this handkerchief. What? What kind of handkerchief? She seems to be showing interest. Maybe now she's a bit calmer and can finally talk. Looks like this is the right choice. Is that handkerchief really mine? Has her initials on it? Horikoshi seems to be suspicious of us. What should we tell her?
やってみるか承知した
Come on. The letters are M&M like the snack? Be serious for once.
これでどうだよしやるか
Horikoshi, the lost handkerchief has a pair of initials embroidered on it. If I remember correctly, it's letters NH. That's my handkerchief. Thank goodness, so the handkerchief is yours, huh, Horikoshi? Yes, I've been looking over for it. Why do you have it, though? Do you mind telling me a bit about it? It won't take long. If it won't take long, then fine. Horikoshi's finally regained her composure. Looks like this is the right choice. No, I endured. So, what do you want to ask me, Mr. Light? Horikoshi's still wary of us. We need to tread carefully so we don't piss her off. What are you doing here? You seem to be looking for something. I don't think she's going to answer at all. I know about the rumors. Hanako will come if you scribble something on the old building's restroom wall, right? It's a bunch of crap, nothing showed up. So you gave it a try. Horikoshi covers her mouth, realizing she just let something slip. I was desperate. I really wanted to see Hanako, even if it was her ghost. Why would you take a risk like that? Because there's something I want to tell her. If I'm able to do that, I wouldn't mind being killed by her. Don't be foolish. Guess I sound like a fool to you. By the way, I immediately erased what I wrote with that handkerchief. But there was still stuff written on the wall. You mean the whole "you suck at piano," right? I know that. But I didn't write that. Someone else did. I wanted to erase it, but the ink was already dry. I could only erase the Hanako part. That explains why I could barely read the name on the wall. Maybe the smudges on the graffiti in the new building art were also Horikoshi's doing. Anyway, can you give it back to me? Sure. Lost the handkerchief. I met Hanako during her first year. She was quiet and adorable. She was very girly, unlike me. How did you become close? It wasn't something special. She really hated milk, you see. Some dumbasses knew about it and tried forcing her to drink it for fun. So I drank it in her stead. Hanako was really grateful, and ever since then we started hanging out a lot. How nice of you. I don't need your compliment. Do you want to know who bullied Hanako? I'll tell you. It was that bastard Izumi and his female lackey, Hanako's fellow brass band club members. Toshihiko Izumi. Yeah, him. He didn't show up today, though. Why did he bully her? It all started when the school held an audition to pick a representative to play the school song at the recital. Hanako and Izumi were both candidates for it, but she was chosen in the end. She was the obvious choice. She loved piano so much that she spent every day practicing. But Izumi's fragile ego couldn't accept that. So he bullied Hanako because he was upset that she won the competition. You got it? They bullied her in the girls' restroom in the old building so the teachers wouldn't find out. They wrote insulting things about her and forced her to drink milk. Hanako couldn't take it anymore, so she gave up the position. That's cruel. It was, and it was only the beginning. He continued bullying her even after she gave up her position. His ego must have been so trashed because she was better than him. And in the end, Hanako committed suicide. At least it seems like they've been punished for their actions. Come again? Didn't his underling go missing? If I'm not mistaken, rumors said she was killed by Hanako, right? Are you talking about a ribbon? Yeah, that thing from the Departed's notice. If I remember correctly, that little bitch always wore flashy red ribbons. I see. Ribbon was the first victim, followed by pianist. Seems like a pretty solid correlation. Both of them had something to do with Hanako's bullying. The next target is Model, aka the one in front of me, Naomi Horikoshi. She's Hanako's best friend, though. Did she bully her too? But her anger toward Izumi doesn't seem like an act. I doubt she was one of Hanako's bullies. Why is Hanako targeting her then? Me? Name's Naomi Horikoshi, student number 24 in class 2B. Favorite subject English, needs to improve history, my hobbies shopping and karaoke. What else? My birthday, blood type 3 sizes? You look so dumb. Let's stop here. Can I go now? No, I haven't finished yet. I'm sure you remember what I told you earlier. Hanako's next target is Model. More directly, you. So what? I want to protect you. Nope, I'm good. Don't you understand? Your life's at risk. What? Don't make me repeat myself. I don't need your protection. Just thinking about old man protecting me is making me feel squicky. I'm leaving. Move. Ugh. Horikoshi shoves Daimon aside and rushes out of the storage room. Are you alright, Daimon? Yeah. I'm not injured, luckily. My heart rate spiked, though. Thank goodness. It might be too late to chase her down. Horikoshi. Notice for model's been added. So it's 3 pages. A new notice from the departed has arrived. While the murderer named is the same, the target this time is model. According to rumors, Hanako will appear if you write her name on the wall of the toilet stall, then she'll kill you. It is imperative to learn who model is before they meet the same demise as Izumi. We learned from students that model's a sophomore named Horikoshi. Turns out she and Hanako were apparently best friends. When we spoke with Horikoshi, we learned that Izumi had been bullying Hanako in the girls' restroom in the old building before she committed suicide. Hanako was severely bullied by Izumi, and in the end it led to her suicide. But Izumi's death should have given her the revenge she desired, so why is Horikoshi now her target? Looks like there's still a secret between Horikoshi and Hanako that we need to uncover. The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. Time has passed already. Light, let's return to the infirmary. We need to prepare for the investigation tonight. Now that school's closed, the building will empty out soon. But our investigation will only truly begin at night. I should reconvene with the member I left behind and start getting ready for tonight.